In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to export in high quality in CapCut PC. When your edit looks the way you want, it's time to export. Start by opening the export panel. In the CapCut PC interface, the export button sits in the top right corner. Click it to reveal all the settings we'll fine-tune for the best balance of quality and file size. First, set your resolution. This is the most important choice. Match your timeline and your source footage. Export 1920 by 1080 if your project is 1080p, and export 3840 by 2160 if your project is 4K. Don't upscale a 1080p edit to 4K unless you truly need a 4K file for delivery. Upscaling won't add detail and can make files unnecessarily large. Next, match the frame rate to your original footage. If you shot at 24, 25, or 30 frames per second, keep that same frame rate on export. If you shot at 60, export at 60. Changing frame rate during export can introduce motion blur, judder, or stutter. So keeping it consistent preserves motion the way you intended. Now set the bitrate, which is critical for visible quality. Choose a custom or higher bitrate rather than the default recommended value. As a guideline, use around 12 to 16 megabits per second for 1080p at 30 frames, 16 to 20 megabits for 1080p at 60, 40 to 60 megabits for 4K at 30, and 60 to 100 megabits for 4K at 60. In the slider, push toward higher, not recommended, to avoid compression artifacts. For codec and format, select MP4 as the container and H.264 as the codec for the broadest compatibility across devices and platforms. Use H.265, also called HEVC, only if you need a smaller file and you know your playback device or platform supports it. Under quality settings, enable any options labeled high quality or sharper or better rendering and turn off reduce file size if you see it. These switches prioritize clarity and detail. For audio, choose AAC at 320 kilobits per second with a sample rate of 48 kilohertz. That's the standard for video and keeps dialogue and music sounding clean. If you want a safe preset that works for most creators, use 1080p resolution, frame rate the same as your source, a bit rate of 16 megabits per second, MP4 format, H.264 codec, and AAC audio at 320 kilobits per second. That's it. Click export and let CapCut render your video. If this tutorial helped, remember to like the video and subscribe for more CapCut tips and tutorials.